My name is Martha. I am 26 years old, and I still live with my parents in a small but warm house. My father works long hours as a taxi driver, and my mother takes care of our home. We do not have much money, but we have peace, laughter, and love. My parents always tell me that education and hard work will give me a better life. Recently, I got my first job in a small company. It is not a big job, but I am proud of it. Every morning, I wake up early, dress neatly, and feel excited to start the day. I want to make my parents proud. Life feels simple, safe, and full of hope. Then one day, I meet Chester. He is 29, tall, and confident. He is one of my coworkers and always seems to know what to say to make people smile. He helps me with my work, asks if I have eaten lunch, and listens when I talk about my dreams. Slowly, I start to feel something new, something warm. Chester tells me, "I will always protect you, Martha. I will never hurt you." His words sound like a promise I can trust. I do not know then how much those words will change my life. At first, everything between Chester and me feels like a dream. He takes me to nice restaurants, surprises me with small gifts, and calls me every night before I go to sleep. He tells me he loves my smile, my voice, and even the way I get nervous when I talk too fast. For the first time in my life, I feel special. I feel seen. My parents notice how happy I am. My father smiles quietly, but my mother is more careful. One evening, she says softly, "Be careful, my daughter. Love should bring peace, not fear." I laugh and tell her not to worry. I am sure Chester is different. I believe he is my destiny. Our days are full of simple happiness, morning messages that say, "Good morning, beautiful," evening walks in the park, and long conversations about the future. I start to imagine a home with him, maybe even children one day. But then, small things begin to change. Chester gets upset when I reply to his texts too slowly. He asks who I am talking to and where I am going. When I talk to male coworkers, he frowns. He says, "I just care about you." And I believe him. I think that this is what real love looks like. But somewhere deep inside, a quiet voice whispers that something is wrong. One evening, I go out with a few friends from college. We laugh, eat dinner, and talk about work and life. For a moment, I feel free again, like the girl I used to be before Chester. But when I come home, he is standing by my door, his face dark and cold. "Why didn't you answer my calls?" he yells. His voice cuts through the night like a knife. I try to explain, I was just with my friends. My phone was on silent. But he doesn't listen. He steps closer, his eyes full of anger I've never seen before. "Don't lie to me," he shouts, raising his hand, not to hit me, but to make me flinch. I feel my heart race. Fear crawls into my chest for the first time. After that night, things get worse. He calls me every hour, demands to know where I am. When I don't reply fast enough, he accuses me of hiding something. "I don't want other men looking at you," he says. He asks me to quit my part-time job. When I protest, he says, "If you love me, you'll listen." At dinner one night, he looks at me and says coldly, "You will live with me now. I don't want you with your parents anymore." I shake my head. I can't, I whisper. His face turns red. He grabs my wrist so hard that tears fall from my eyes. You'll regret this, he says, and then walks away. When I get home, my mother notices my red eyes. She asks softly, "What happened, Martha?" But I can't tell her. I'm ashamed. I think maybe I did something wrong. Weeks later, Chester comes to my house drunk. He bangs on the door, screaming, "Martha is mine. She belongs to me." My father rushes to open the door and pushes him back, but Chester hits him. I scream as my neighbors run to help. That night, I watch my father bleeding because of me. The man who once said he would protect me is now the one who brings pain to my home. My heart breaks. In that moment, I finally see the truth. This is not love. This is control. The morning after the fight, I sit on my bed with swollen eyes and shaking hands. My father's arm is in a sling, and I can still see the bruise on his face. Guilt crushes me. I know I can't keep living like this. I pick up my phone and block Chester's number. Then I delete every message, every photo, every memory that ties me to him. My hands tremble, but I feel lighter with each click. When I tell my parents everything, my mother cries and holds me close. My father, quiet but firm, says, "You are not alone, Martha. We are here." His words break something open in me, a deep ache mixed with relief. For the first time in months, I feel safe. But freedom is not easy. The next few weeks are full of fear. Chester calls from new numbers, leaves notes at my door, and waits near my office. Every sound outside makes me jump. Every time my phone rings, I freeze. My body is free, but my mind is still trapped inside his shadow. I try to heal slowly. I find a small job at a gift shop in town. It's quiet and warm, and the people there never ask about my past. I wrap gifts, smile at customers, and relearn what peace feels like. The sound of the cash register, the smell of flowers, the laughter of children, they remind me that life can be gentle again. One afternoon, as I close the shop, I see him. Chester. He stands on the other side of the street, looking thinner, older. His eyes find mine. For a moment, time stops. He walks toward me slowly and says, "Martha, please forgive me. I've changed. I'm not the same man." My heart starts to race, but this time it's not because of love, it's because of memory. I remember the shouting, the bruises, the fear. I look at him and speak softly but firmly, "You say you love me, but you only wanted to own me. That's not love, Chester. That's control." He looks down, unable to speak. After a long silence, he turns and walks away. I watch him disappear into the crowd. The air feels lighter. I breathe deeply, and for the first time in a long time, I am truly free. Months go by, and the air around me begins to change. My life feels calm again, gentle like the sound of rain on the roof at night. I wake up early, make breakfast with my mother, and help my father wash the car before he leaves for work. The world feels simple again, and for the first time, I am not afraid of being alone. I still work at the little gift shop, and I've started taking evening classes at the community center. I study business and dream of one day opening my own store. The people I meet now are kind and respectful. They ask about my day, not about where I've been or who I talk to. I laugh more easily. I sleep through the night. I'm learning how to live again. Sometimes, when I pass by the park where Chester once held my hand, I remember the good moments, his smile, his jokes, his promises. But now, I can see the truth behind them. It wasn't love. It was control dressed as care, and I was too young to know the difference. One rainy night, I stand by the window and watch the city lights blur through the glass. I whisper to myself, I finally chose me. Those words feel like freedom. I no longer dream of a perfect man. I dream of peace, laughter, and safety. I have learned that love should not take away your voice or your power. Real love helps you grow. And if it hurts, it's not love at all. I learned something I will never forget. Love should never make you afraid. The right person will lift you up, not pull you down. Real love does not silence you or make you feel small. It gives you space to breathe and grow. For a long time, I thought love meant sacrifice, giving everything, even when it hurt. But now I know that when love becomes fear, it is no longer love. It becomes a cage. There was a time when I blamed myself for everything. I thought maybe if I had been quieter, or nicer, things would have been different. But the truth is, nothing I did could have changed him. The wrong man can destroy your peace only if you let him stay. Now, I am not angry anymore. I don't hate Chester. I don't even wish him harm. I am simply grateful, because the pain he caused became my greatest teacher. It showed me what I will never accept again. This morning, as I watched the sunrise, I felt a calm I had never known before. I whispered, I survived. Walking away was the hardest thing I ever did, but it was also the most courageous form of love, love for myself. If you liked my story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more emotional English stories that help you learn English through story and real-life lessons.